students, businessmen, and in many countries, the refugees who are now there by the thousand and the millions. Do we have an idea how we reach out to them, and who, especially in the church, is especially gifted to do so? It will not be everyone. I mean, there are also changes or different steps. When you start an intercultural ministry in a monocultural church, not everything will be there. You have this curve where you have people who are in the beginning doing something, others watching, and after they are watched, they go with it, and others, they are watching and they say, oh, no, it's not for me, and others will say, no, never, I will not buy into this. We have this in the churches, so don't be disappointed if not everyone says, yes, I'm doing now evangelism with refugees, and I'm talking with them about Christ. Some can do it, but everyone can pray for it. Everyone can be a welcoming person in the church when the strangers are coming. So evangelism, outreach, is the first step of a transformation of a monocultural church into a mono-multicultural church. But having people sitting in the pews is really not enough. And I have seen it already that some of the strangers who have come to our churches came for some time and then they left again. So a very, very important step is helping people to feel home in our churches. If you have been raised up in your church with a Sunday school and youth ministry and everything, then you know, okay, that's my church. But how can you make people feel home when they are from different cultures, from different backgrounds, from different understandings of how things should work? So I think where people feel at home is always when you eat. The first Christians met in their homes to pray and to have fellowship, but they ate together. Not only they had the Lord's Supper together, but they had meals together, the agape meals. So I feel we need to find out again this very easy way of reaching out and making people feeling home in just eating together. And especially when you invite other people to join their food that they have, and you have international food. Everyone likes it. I mean, most of us go to all kinds of international restaurants, but why don't we make these restaurants in our churches, where we eat together and celebrate the variety of food and the variety of cultures? What also is very necessary is that we invite people to our houses, not only to the church building. In the New Testament, one of the biggest qualifications of a church leader was being a guest, having the gift of hospitality. Yes, that's it, hospitality. In Germany, we say Gastfreundschaft, and we understand Gastfreundschaft. You invite friends to come to your home. Those whom you know for a long time, you invite. But that is not the biblical concept of hospitality, of Gastfreundschaft. You invite the stranger, maybe even the enemy, you invite to your home. And by this they learn about you and you learn about them. So it's not just meetings, it's not just big festivals in the church, but personal meetings in their home. That is what the church in Jerusalem did. Weekly they met, or even daily they met in their homes, beside meeting at the temple. And what I feel, what we also need is systematic teaching, how we can teach the basics of discipleship. I feel, from my German point of view, we are not very strong in having systematic courses in discipleship. I've been to Brazil last year and will go again end of this month, and we have a friend from Brazil just arriving the next few minutes. They are really great in having a program of discipleship. And we need to have really programs, because if you don't have a program, It's just an idea, yeah, it's nice that we grow together, but what steps are needed? It's good to have ideas. So when you meet people from other countries, other cultures, that's a good possibility to do so here also. Ask them, what kind of discipleship programs do you have? And if we use these programs in reaching out also to the strangers, yeah, then our churches will become home to them. So first step, outreach. Second step, making people to feel at home through discipleship. But that is not the end. If you want to really transform a monocultural church into a mono-multicultural, then the leadership needs to be intercultural also. I think the churches that are planted already, they have most of the time intercultural church teams. But a monocultural church usually is used to people of their own kind, and until you come into the leadership, it takes a long time. But it would be a strategic decision when you see someone found Jesus, grown in Christ, invite him, especially, maybe even a little bit earlier than someone from your own culture, to be in the leadership. Because through the leadership, then he will attract other people. And tomorrow Mario Weinschaffer will share something about how they did this in their church in Bonn, of a monocultural church in the beginning, now being a real intercultural church, because now they have leaders from different cultures. And the first step, that is what we heard from the new church plants, and it should happen also with the existing churches, sending out new teams to start intercultural churches. Only when what you have experienced yourself, you multiply in other places, then it's really a movement. And we expect the Lord to do this among us. I've now talked in general about the main cultures that are in our countries, but the same applies also to transformation of mono-multicultural churches in reverse among the ethnic churches. In Germany, we have 3,000 ethnic churches, and the majority of them are still monocultural in their home country culture where they're coming from. But also there, people see the need, we need to change. At least to win our own children when they stay a little bit longer here. The children are no longer identifying with the home culture of their parents, but they are looking for something different. And if they find an intercultural